in the hopes that they may pump their Bitcoin bags. Bitcoin maxis have been keeping a close eye on these huge institutional players and TradFi businesses as they cradle them in their arms. In addition, I do not believe that this is the appropriate method to approach this matter. In point of fact, I am of the opinion that there is a lot more diabolical strategy taking place behind closed doors and that the Bitcoin maxis are utterly missing out on. That is something that I would want to discuss in this video. And by absolutely crushing this market, I mean making sure that your long-term, your mid-term, and even your short-term goals are being met in this sector. If you guys want to do that, here's what you need to do. Your presence in the Discord server is required. You may find a whole free area as well as a complete premium section on my website, and both of these sections offer a great deal of value to the user, even the side that is free. When it comes to the free side, I don't disregard it. In there, we hold events on a weekly basis, we're reviewing portfolios, and we're doing everything else. Now, what exactly are you guys holding out for? Join the free Discord server right away. You can find the links in the description that follows. My name is Nick, and I would like to welcome everyone to the channel. Those of you who are new to the channel, I hope that by the time you reach the conclusion of this video, you will have subscribed to the channel. If we take a look at this post, we can see that it is truly from a Bitcoin holder since 2012, as it appears. However, BlackRock holds the third highest amount of Bitcoin in its portfolio. In the 9 months that have passed since they began the exchange-traded fund ETF, it has gone from 0 to 103 seconds. Simply put, Satoshi is holding $64 billion worth of Bitcoin in his possession. Now, you are aware that we have discussed Satoshi Nakamoto, right? We discussed the fact that this is most likely the government, as you may already be aware. Satoshi Nakamoto, better known by his nickname, is most likely the name of government agencies that were responsible for the creation of Bitcoin. And a lot of people are just kind of running with the idea that, yeah, it's just like one person that, wants to rise up against the government and the TradFi guys and this, that, and it's just kind of ludicrous if you think about it. However, in addition to Satoshi being the most prominent cryptocurrency, we also have Binance, BlackRock, Grayscale, and MicroStrategy. If you were unaware, BlackRock is one of the largest owners in MicroStrategy. Grayscale is also a major player in the cryptocurrency market. Extremely fascinating, but apart from that, there is Us.Thankx, the government of the United States of America, the government of China, Fidelity, Block One, and finally Robinhood. So out of the top 11 holders, we have BlackRock, we have MicroStrategy, which BlackRock is one of the main shareholders of, the United States government, the Chinese government, Fidelity, and then Robinhood. Okay, so those are the top 11 holders. To be more specific, I would be concerned about 6 of the top 11 holders of Bitcoin. This is because they are among the top 11 holders. It is not a nice thing. In point of fact, if I were to look back at the early days of Bitcoin, I would be extremely concerned about the members of this list of top holders. That is, if I am being completely truthful with you all. To reiterate, these Bitcoin maxis are not capable of being truthful. In point of fact, these individuals simply take a look at this and say, oh, this is very bullish because they are going to pump our Bitcoin bags. But as I mentioned earlier, I believe that there is a much more extensive and nefarious plot in the works. What do you think about it? This is what we have from Anderson over here. The statement made by Ulrich Binsel, who works for the European Central Bank, that Bitcoin is expensive, slow, and inconvenient, is interesting. XRP is the solution to this problem. There are some strong ties that we have between Ripple and Ulrich's company. And last, we have the European Central Bank. There is no change in the fact that Bitcoin is expensive, slow, and inconvenient, despite the recent approval of an exchange-traded fund ETF. Oh, I see. It's fascinating. Bitcoin, the naked emperor's new robes, has received clearance for an exchange-traded fund. At this point, we also have a statement. Instead of becoming a global decentralized digital currency, Bitcoin has been a victim of fraud and manipulation, which has prevented it from meeting its potential. And despite the fact that a lot of people will say things like, oh, there's no way that this is true or anything like that. Obviously, like the whole fraud and manipulation kind of thing, there are numerous people who will say things like this. It's sort of ludicrous, especially when we consider the fact that some of the largest institutions in the world are manipulating these markets. However, it is my opinion that it has not been successful in becoming a global decentralized digital money, since it is not possible to use it as a digital currency under any circumstances. Regarding the fact that you are not going to openly take Bitcoin as a form of payment and accept it as a form of payment, it is not true. Simply put, it is not very effective. Sending and receiving payments utilizing cryptocurrencies like as XRP, XLM, or HBAR, for instance, is something that I would much rather work with. On the other hand, we also have Ulrich from the European Central Bank, who is affiliated with Ripple Sweat 2020 through the Ripple Swell. And in addition, over here on the CPMI group, beginning in July of 2023, you will find Volrich, who is the Director General of Market Infrastructure and Payments, as well as the European Central Bank and, of course, Ripple. That's quite intriguing. When it comes to scalability, Bitcoin and Ethereum are considered to have minimal scalability. However, XRP is considered to have unbounded scalability, as supported by documentation. There exists a rationale behind why XRP is a more suitable option for payments when compared to conventional banking institutions. Scalability is the answer to this question. The ability of a payment system or network to successfully manage a growing number of transactions in response to an increase in demand without compromising speed, cost, or reliability is referred to as scalability. The tremendous scalability of XRP, which enables it to process hundreds of thousands of transactions per second, is essential for large-scale financial organizations who want to facilitate fast international payments. The low transaction throughput of Bitcoin and Ethereum, which is less than 20 transactions per second, restricts their use in high-volume scenarios and makes them less appropriate for mainstream payment systems. On the other hand, the speed at which they can process transactions is less than 20 per second. There is a significant difference. And this is exactly why we are concentrating on XRP. Because of this, we concentrate on HBAR and XLM, as well as other methods that are genuinely effective. At this point, we have a complete perspective. Bitcoin and Ether are examples of crypto assets that are not suited for use as payment instruments for the majority of distributed ledger technology use cases due to their high volatility and low scalability. Likewise over here, I am a shish burler, and I would like to say that Ripple designed its technology with the intention of making it scalable. Our solution needs to be able to grow to hundreds of thousands of transactions per second in order for us to be able to deploy something specifically for conventional charters, Santander or BKs, or Bank of America. This was a part of the design from the very beginning. Additionally, work is being done in test mode with more than 100 banks over here. A cryptocurrency known as Xrp, which is supported by Ripple, was introduced in the year 2012. We are concentrating on providing unlimited scalability. The purpose of this technology is to enhance the payment technologies that are now in use by enhancing the speed of exchange operations and making it easier to trade assets with low liquidity. Now, elaborating on this, Stefan Thomas, a major architect for the Interledger protocol, has proven that XRP and the Interledger protocol together are capable of processing trillions of transactions per second without the need for any central authority. This is not just 1 trillion, but trillions of transactions per second. This makes a very significant remark. To clarify, I did mention smoke to dog when I stated that the majority of this space is being manipulated by the most powerful traditional finance actors in the world. The most significant source of diversion in this sector is the use of Ethereum by organizations and businesses, as well as the promotion of Bitcoin to the general public. Bitcoin and Ethereum are old technologies that will no longer be of any use to scalable use cases since they will no longer give any value. Rails that are significantly more efficient will be used in the construction of the future. As I mentioned a few of them, along with others, the actions that BlackRock is taking are being observed by everyone, yet they are not paying attention to what they are saying. When you asked Larry Fink about the ETFs, he informed you that they were the starting line. At this point, tokenization is the final step. Ethereum cannot and will not be able to support the growth of the tokenized economy, and Bitcoin should not even be mentioned in this consideration. You can never count on them to tell you the truth. It will be up to you to choose the answer on your own.